What's that stuff?
A little bit of fentanyl. This blowing up. These are 8 balls. Just the trap, baby, Lil Havana.
Is this where you're making most of your money, or?
Hell no. This thing of the past. They handing out licenses. I ain't got time for that, so what we did is, we started scamming.
Scamming, credit card fraud, and ID theft are all part of a booming cybercrime industry around the world.
I purchased some audio equipment. I'm using a stolen credit card.
Most don't even realize they're targets until it's too late.
I've had $300,000 that has been taken from me.
Our data has become a commodity, more valuable than guns, gold, or drugs.
You'll have hackers targeting large companies, corporations, and obviously critical infrastructure.
I want to know how our data is stolen, how it's sold, and how to find the shadowy band of hustlers and hackers responsible. The threat is much bigger than I ever realized.
If you're smart about it, you can't get caught.
What do you think he's suspicious, or what?
I'll talk to him again.
I'm in Miami, chasing down a tip about a new breed of criminals.
Now he's acting a little funny. I'm still talking to him now, but...
He's just not sure if he wants to meet us anymore?
Yeah, like he's saying it's late, he wants to do it tomorrow.
Abel is a former gang member who served 3 years in jail. He's also a friend and a source that I can call in moments like this. I'd heard rumors that street gangs were getting into credit card and identity theft, and Abel has been asking around for me. We were on our way to meet one of his contacts we'll call Primo, but he's gotten cold feet.
He's just nervous or something, because he's...
Do you think it'd be a good idea to FaceTime with him?
Yeah, definitely. At
So
least
he
that
can
could
see?
build trust.
Can you see me?
Yes, see. Really, you know? I can't have people getting indicted over this.
Got it. So this is the deal. So this is how we do it. We don't show your face. We cover any tattoos or any identifiable features that you have. And we also change your voice so that it's not recognizable. So yeah, that's what I can tell you. The hardest part of my job is getting people to trust me. It can take weeks, months, sometimes even years.
All right. Yeah.
But sometimes we get lucky fast. Yeah, he said yeah, he's down to film tomorrow. He said, I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for Abel, and if Abel's cool with this, I'm cool. I know he's not going to set me up. Let's hope it happens tomorrow. As we wait for the meeting with Primo, Abel takes me to see another friend of his, who apparently dabbles in the credit card game. Can you show me some of the stuff that you do?
Absolutely. So, to the dark web.
Becca is a self-taught scammer whose husband was a gang member. She agreed to give me a primer on how it all works.
You can buy arms, you can buy legs, you can buy elephant tusks, you can buy digital goods.
Becca uses a browser that hides her identity, making it possible for her to visit more nefarious websites normally unavailable to internet users. And where do you get that credit card information?
We have several markets.
Vice City is the name of the market.
Yeah, that's the name of the market. I know how cliche, right?
Valid dumps.
Comes with a date of birth. Zip codes, you know where the card is from, where the billing address is.
This is so crazy.
And then look at an example. If it doesn't work, they give you your money back.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do immediately. Immediately. Look right here.
So you can buy this for only $8?
Yeah, oh, you could buy them for 3 cents.
My mind is exploding right now. Site after site, the dark web is like a strip mall of stolen credit card data, where everything from security codes to zip codes are available for resale.
Carding is the act of using other people's credit card info, you know, to buy stuff or obtain goods. It starts with prepaid cards. That's an MSR. It can read, write, erase, and then I'm gonna clone this information onto it.
Becca uses the MSR machine to encode the stolen credit card data onto the magnetic strip of the new burner debit card.
So I'm gonna go for that one. He probably went to a restaurant and somebody hacked into their POS or whatever.
Steve, I apologize.
It's okay, it's corporate. Don't worry about it. The bank will give it back. So now let's make a card. Bam, red card, okay. Let's go test this out on the vending machine because I don't want to get caught.
To check if the card works, she needs to do a test run where no one will catch her in case it doesn't.
So, the moment of truth.
There you go.
I don't know if I want to do that. So now you know that you can actually use this card.
Absolutely.
Tonight there's a guy or a woman somewhere who's missing $1, and tomorrow will possibly be missing a lot more. So tomorrow you're going to go shopping with
Yes, definitely.
The next day, Becca invites me to follow her downtown as she tries to use the card in a store.
So what kind of shops do you typically target?
Local, smaller, family-owned shops versus corporate, big, giant Walmarts and stuff.
Why is that preferable?
Because way less security. My thing is, everywhere you go, there's a camera. That's my thing. You have to look normal, casual.
Do you ever buy anything with a regular credit card by any chance, or is it all just...
Steal what you can't buy what you can't steal.
Becca says she never knows how long a stolen credit card will remain active. It depends on how quickly the owner or the bank spots the fraudulent activity.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, look around, see what I find. Ooh, my son would probably love one of those book bags.
So you don't feel comfortable with me going inside, so
I don't think for your own good you should go in there with.
I'll stay here.
Yeah.
I would say good luck, but I'm not sure if that's the appropriate thing to say right now.
You should, because God forbid, like something like comes up.
Now you're making me nervous.
Well, you should be nervous. It's always 50-50, it's a lottery. You never know if it's gonna work, if it's not gonna work. I'll be right back.
We can actually see right through the shop, so we'll be able to see her inside.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
I don't want to look suspicious like we're looking at her.
I am looking for a spray grounds for my son.
Basically, what we got is in the window.
All right, and how much do they go for?
90?
Yeah, around there. I get paid debit, right?
If it's debit, you can swipe it. Yeah.
This way? Yeah, it doesn't have a chip.
Yeah, let me see something.
Yeah. It keeps doing that to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not working.
Yeah, do it again. See it? Chip rate failure.
So now swipe?
Well, yeah.
So I think she's having trouble with the card right now.
The lady did this like 5 times and then finally said swipe. They watch. And so I didn't let us see that it doesn't have a chip. And now take it out. Do it again. Please reinsert. There you go, see?
Here she comes.
I have returned with my plumbers.
They weren't suspicious?
No, the other way around. They're trying to help me pay for. They were like, thank you. Like literally, you help them help you steal. That's thrilling too.
The guy who's at home who just lost $50?
No.
Yeah, but it's doesn't. Why?
No.
Well, I would be angry if it was me.
It's a yin and yang. You give some, you take some. Unless you have like a really good education and a good job, it's just you can't afford. The bigger the stakes are, the bigger the transactions are, the bigger they're gonna come after you.
So that's why you keep it to small transactions.
Yeah, definitely.
I can't believe how easy that was.
Data has now surpassed oil as the world's most valuable resource. Worldwide, in 2020 alone, thieves ran off with more than $28 billion. It can start with a notification for a single fraudulent charge. For most, getting that money refunded is just an inconvenience. But for a growing number of victims, the situation escalates quickly.
At the time, I thought it was a one and done sort of deal. I probably had upwards of 25 debit and credit cards compromised and stolen.
It's a really scary thing when you don't know if the money in your bank account is not going to be there when you log in next.
At least every month, maybe 2 to 15 transactions that happen randomly that aren't mine.
I felt powerless. They just had access to all of my life savings.
People don't always get their money back.
One thing impacted the next, and it just kept snowballing.
I have no idea when it will end or if it will end.
I'm a current student.
I work in mental health.
I'm in the IT area.
I am a dancer, teacher, choreographer.
Credit card fraud exploded in 2020, increasing more than 40%. The ease and anonymity of the crime has drawn the attention of street gangs like the Crips, who used to make their money in more dangerous ways.
So you have a seat, have a seat. I'll
Here?
scoot over, man. It's a lady, man.
Thank you. So, can I ask you for a quick question? Does that gun always have to be here, or
This is
is
for
there?
your safety, man. And what if somebody comes in here right now and we got a spray, you know what I'm saying?
This is Primo, who I spoke with on the phone last night.
Do you guys have guns?
Everybody here got a gun.
So how many guns are in this house right now? Just give me a sense.
You sound like the ATF right now.
Do you want me to stop asking these questions?
Yeah.
You're talking about scamming and fraud. Are you guys all involved in this?
Everybody here is in your way. I'll tell you right now that scamming is pretty much the main market to be in right now. If you want to make money, you want to stay out of trouble.
There's no risk associated with scams.
You got people getting life sentences and getting charged with murder for fentanyl. You get 5 years doing this game right here. So what's the easier ballpark to be in? This easy money.
So what we did is we started scamming. You know what I'm saying? That's a family that scams, you feel me?
You said it was a scam league?
That's my little shit. I would like to call us a scam league, you know? You gotta chase the POA, we treat you better than your family.
Each member of the Scamily specializes in a different skill set.
I'm the phone guy.
You're the phone guy?
Yeah. This is the Prince of Nigeria telling you to send the money. Send you a little text. Yo, your bank's been hacked. This is Chase Bank.
I've received these
Yeah,
things.
sending you an online alert. Please sign in, and you sign in through there. You got. The old school way, stealing information. You realize we don't need that. People give you the information. Drake got his own ways. He's a real big computer guy.
Break into your accounts, get that brag.
Drake go do. Next thing you know, I got someone's money in that card.
How much money are you guys making from fraud or scams?
Depends, really. Sometimes it's good days, sometimes it's bad days, sometimes it's really good days, you feel me? Like,
Today, for example.
yeah.
Get anything?
Yeah. Today I made it quick, like 9,000. But this has been a,
$9,000.
yeah.
So do you guys ever feel bad that you're stealing money from other people?
Not at all. Under $250,000, the bank pays that back. Why would I feel bad?
But you're still stealing from somebody. It's still not your money. So is that part of that? Do you guys get upset about that?
Look, I did time for robbery and all this. I'll tell you, I feel bad about that. Sometimes, you know, that's not such a victimless crime. You putting a gun to somebody, you really traumatizing somebody. You feel me? This scammer, oh man, this $800 on my account. You'll be all right in the morning. You'll be all right.
It's not a victimless crime. They are victims. I'm a victim. I told the bank that money had been fraudulently taken from my account. It was obvious that the bank did not believe me. Honestly, I don't think a real investigation ever took place. My economic background plays a part. The way I look could play a part. Whether I have 10 million or whether I have $10 should make a difference in terms of how I'm treated.
The Scamily's operation is just the tip of the iceberg. We've heard rumors that their gang's engaging in even more ambitious scams. Through my sources, a member of the Crips, who we'll call Light, agrees to speak with me. Light has invited me to see the trap house, where the gang dabbles in both the old school methods and the new ones.
Soft dogs isn't here, man. You should accept it. It's not just fraud.
What do you have here?
Different flavors of cannabis.
And what's this?
The office too.
So what is this place where we are?
Trap, you in the heart of the trenches.
So we have drugs, we have guns. Do you have other guns in the house as well?
Possibly.
And this is where you're doing your business?
We have an office for scamming. We have an office for this. One shop style.
So I know that this is your place, and we had to get your permission to film here, right? Are you okay with us filming here?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Can you show me that?
Yeah, we can take a walk right now. Come on.
At a table with 3 guns and 1 laptop, Light says he'll show me how he made 6 figures last year.
That's one deposit.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
I'm in the back room of a Miami trap house, where a Crips gang member named Light is showing me the gang's latest hustle.
You see this from IDS, which was Chicago unemployment. That's unemployed, but I don't live in Chicago. I'm in Florida.
Light creates a fake insurance claim using the victim's real social security number and birthday. This is more than simple credit card fraud. I'm watching him steal somebody's identity.
All you have to do is use a VPN. Put your VPN on.
Pretend that you're in
You
Chicago.
live in Florida, but your VPN acts like you're in Chicago on Walnut Street.
A VPN, or virtual private network, disguises your online identity by encrypting your connection to a network. Once a VPN is activated, tracking the location of your device becomes far more difficult.
You're gonna find any random address from Chicago. You're gonna put that address that you find on the same application that you're filling out the IDS unemployment for and say that you live at this address you found. You don't ever have to worry about mail getting sent to you and receiving anything because everything's through direct deposit.
Were people making a lot of money from the COVID assistance programs?
I don't know about people, but I know me.
So that's
This is crazy.
$314. But you're taking it away from somebody else. How does that make you feel?
It's a dog-eat-dog world. I'd rather you than me, them or us. No, I'm not gonna let my kids suffer.
I've never collected unemployment before or disability. I owe EDD, the state, disability, Social Security money, $60,000 to one of them, another $84,000 to another.
Jessica is a mental health care worker who specializes in people experiencing homelessness. She's one of nearly 400,000 people whose identities were used to claim government benefits in 2020.
And I've been telling my bank since September 2020 about the fraud, and I probably call them on a daily basis. I don't have my own identity, meaning nothing's mine. If I want groceries or something, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna take me a half an hour to get through the register because something's not working, or the money's not there, and I've had more taken out somehow. I have to renew my passport, my driver's license, my Social Security card, my birth certificate. That all costs money. Right now, my bank account, I'm negative $3,000, and it's been since January. I think if it ever ends, which I don't know if it will, it's gonna be a long recovery to trust people.
This is Assistant Special Agent Charles Leppard. His department is dedicated to catching data thieves before stolen information ends up for sale on the dark web.
So in this room, this is part of our computer forensic lab. This is an example of what we commonly find in gas pumps. This would be what we call more of an overlay skimmer that would replace the card reader that's currently there. We call this a shimmer, and these were designed to go into an existing card reader.
Agent Leppard and his team show us how older methods of theft are constantly being updated.
More and more of these skimmers are Bluetooth enabled. The reason behind that is that you have individuals that now don't have to go back in and take the skimmer off the gas pump.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. We're going to be briefing in regards to the arrest of a known large-scale trafficker of stolen credit card account numbers obtained from illegally placed credit card skimming devices at gasoline pumps.
Now don't just have them park there and tell them to just hang out until we figure things out. All right, man?
Leopard is part of a joint operation between the Secret Service and local police. They're tracking down one of these scammers who steals credit card information from gas stations.
We're good to go, so start rolling through.
All right. Sí, ábrela.
Back up.
Sal.
Go ahead, Andy.
Police ward! Come to the door!
You're clear right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Police!
In the end, the suspect is arrested.
Okay. We're gonna take a mine.
Leopard says these street-level data thieves have recognized that skimmers are an easy way to make a quick buck. But the Secret Service has been tracking the rise of a much bigger threat.
Ransomware attacks against TV stations, food and fuel suppliers, hospitals, water systems, and all levels of government.
Behind these sophisticated attacks, there is real-world harm where people's life savings, people's companies are being compromised by these individuals.
Ransomware is a type of malicious software that attackers use to infect computers and then hold sensitive data hostage until the victim pays for its release. In 2021, nearly 70% of businesses worldwide were victimized by ransomware.
So one of the biggest issues with cybercrime is that it is borderless. And you normally have networks of criminals. So you may have a hacker who resides in Romania or Eastern Europe.
Responsible countries need to take action against criminals who conduct ransomware activities on their territory.
We know that it's concentrated in Romania. Romania in southeastern Europe is considered the cybercrime capital of the world.
That's my next stop. I want to know why Romania has become such a hotbed for cybercrime and try to track down one of these ransomware attackers.
I kept hearing about Romania. Why Romania?
Romania has the fastest internet speed. It's not the top internet speed of the world, but it's in the top 5.
Ilinka is a local producer who grew up at the height of the internet boom in Romania.
Right after the communist regime fell, it was pretty much the Wild West over here. There was absolutely no regulation. That's why you had so many hackers flourishing here. Nobody knew what they were doing in order to combat them. We have a lot of engineers, a lot of tech-savvy people here. It's part of the culture, if you want, to be tech-savvy. It was seen as this epitome of intellectualness.
I know it's been hard to get people to talk to us. Does it look like we're going to be able to talk to people?
People involved in criminal activities are also weary because sometimes they don't even believe you're a journalist. You might be an undercover cop.
Right.
Let's see how your charm works, because mine is a little bit at the end right now.
The next morning, I get my chance. Ilinka gives me the address of a notorious hacker who lives in a middle-class neighborhood in Bucharest.
Be careful, he's a little bit skittish. He's waiting for you, but he's a little bit nervous and, well, he's a real active hacker, so
okay.
Expect skittiness.
Okay, yeah.
Good luck.
Hi, it's Mariana here. Okay, thank you. He's pulled out a couple of times already. I'm hoping that he's still interested in talking to us. Do you characterize yourself as being a hacker?
I have a problem with the definition.
Huh. Why is that?
There are hackers and then there are hackers. Most of the time, what you see on the news, that's just somebody that managed to pick up a piece of software. Then they got caught because they didn't know what they were doing.
How many people do you think here in Romania are capable of doing what you do?
I guess less than 10.
Wow, less than 10.
You enjoy the power, let's say, to do it.
Meet a man we'll call John Smith. By day, he's a cybersecurity specialist. But after hours, he's a developer of ransomware and spyware.
Do you consider yourself a good guy or a bad guy?
It depends. If I'm over here at this computer, then I'm doing security for different companies. If I'm someplace else, I take a laptop and go and have some fun. Then I'm the other guy.
The bad guy. What can you tell me about ransomware attacks?
It's just a basic blackmailing scheme. When all you need is a way in, and then if you're able to encrypt all the killers, that's the game. Just delete the encryption key, keep it for yourself, and if they pay, you'll give them back or not.
Right.
Need my laptop. Yeah, I'm working on a small side project. Yeah. Antennas. Okay. We're going in the field.
Oh, we're going in the field. You're taking me with you?
I don't know. Wanna come?
Yeah, I do.
You sure?
I am very sure.
So we're going to the main headquarters of this utility company just to check out their wireless infrastructure. What I'm trying to figure out if there's actually any security whatsoever. This is a wireless adapter that has quite an increased range.
Oh my God, the police. Do you want to go somewhere else?
Now we're moving to secondary position. That was weird. Yeah, we're moving. So that wasn't the police, that was the Romanian intelligence service. So, just gonna do this again.
I was a little nervous before, now I'm extra nervous. You're trying to see if there's a vulnerability, if you can get into the Wi-Fi without a password. I think it's the first time in my life that I'm actually witnessing somebody hacking. So the company is a glass building actually right behind us, right next to us.
All of it, yeah.
What John is attempting happens in various forms every day around the globe, sometimes to devastating effect.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. We begin with the brazen cyber attack that has shut down the biggest pipeline in the United States.
In May of 2021, Colonial Pipeline became the victim of a ransomware attack. It wreaked so much havoc, the company shut down operations to the pipeline that supplies 45% of fuel to the East Coast.
I want to update everyone on the ransomware cyber attack that impacted on the Colonial Pipeline over this past week.
Colonial Pipeline paid nearly $5 million in ransom to hackers who infiltrated their system.
The main company seems to have taken at least a few steps towards protecting themselves, but it's not there. There's no Wi-Fi here.
How's it possible?
It's too far inside of the building and we can't get it from out here. Now we go to Plan B.
What's Plan B?
Plan B is to go to a smaller company that's part of this one that shouldn't have the same level of security.
Affiliated companies often share the same network access, but might have less stringent security. In the case of Colonial Pipeline, the ransomware attackers didn't gain access to the operational network controlling the pipeline itself. They found a way in through the company's billing system.
The whole problem with security is that the good guys need to find each and every hole in the system. The bad guy needs to find one.
I'm with a man that some consider one of the top hackers in Romania. He's attempting to get inside the computer system of a major utility.
Let's try this again. This is just gonna go with the passwords and try and get in.
Oh, wow.
I just found the key.
Okay, so now that you have this information, you have a way into the...
I have a way into their local network over here. You search for vulnerable computers, and hopefully we can gain some traction on our target, the power company, yeah.
Are you shocked that you were able to actually get in? Are you surprised?
I'm surprised that their security measures are basically non-existent. When you manage to get a foot in the door this easily, it's probably going to get even easier from here on out.
And then what do you do with that information?
We'll see.
John insists this side project was just to satisfy his curiosity, but he could make a lot of money if he decided to take the experiment further. In the ransomware game, this role is known as an initial access broker, someone who sells the details of how to access a computer network to other criminals, who then conduct the attack. It's a lucrative gig. I want to learn more.
So this is our threat map.
Bitdefender tracks reports of hacking and cybersecurity threats all around the world.
This is what's happening right now.
Yes,
in
yes,
real
it's
life.
real time. This is just 3% of what we see.
Really?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if everything was here, what would we be seeing? Just
It would be all red. The human eye wouldn't be able to see all the dots.
We process about 36 billion events every day.
No.
Yes.
Bitdefender has been collecting data on cyber attacks for decades, but in recent years, their threat map is increasingly being overrun with ransomware cases carried out by a new generation of professionals.
Ransomware has been around for the past 32 years, but only in the last 5 years it became so prevalent. They are more organized and more better prepared than many of the organizations out there.
Oh, everybody is a possible victim of this, like hospitals, I'm assuming airports, governments, weapons companies.
Cyber attacks can lead to human
death,
life.
yeah.
If it's critical infrastructure, we're talking about tens of millions of dollars. So they're actually running this cybercrime as they're running a business. They have their PR person, they have negotiators, they have tools to launder money.
The level of organization surprised me. The cyber criminals I've met are all about keeping a low profile. But these ransomware cartels are different and more ruthless than anything I'd encountered before. Some of their favorite targets include hospitals and schools.
So as I'm driving home that night, I'm starting to get more and more texts and calls about problems that people are experiencing. I'm very quickly realizing that this is not just a few isolated incidences, but there's something bigger going on.
On the night before Thanksgiving in 2020, a ransomware group attacked the Baltimore County school system, taking its computer network hostage. Jim Corns is the executive director of the county's IT department.
As we realized that we had an attack, we had to call our leadership in the school system to let them know that something was happening because decisions had to be made right away. We had a day of school that was coming up the next day, and we didn't have a way to present instruction.
This was peak COVID. Baltimore County's 156 schools and more than 100,000 students were all virtual. That's why schools have become such obvious targets. Lock teachers and staff out of their devices, and the entire school system is paralyzed.
It was inexplicably stressful. Every minute that we weren't on the problem was a minute that we had lost. Our students weren't in contact with our teachers, and there was more pressure than I've ever felt. We have contacted both local and federal law enforcement.
That ransomware attack on Baltimore County Public Schools is hurting an already hard-hit educational effort.
Jim won't say whether the county paid the attackers or not, But there are reports that the cost of the attack is nearing $10 million. And he tells me that doesn't include damages like decades of lost teaching materials and student records.
It's like having our house burned down and walking through that house looking for anything that was left. One of the biggest things we lost was our sense of security. When everything is suspect, you don't trust any of the systems that you have, and we end up with this feeling that there's something lurking there waiting for you.
That's who I want to find, one of the big ransomware players. And as I continue to research, one name keeps rising to the surface.
Lockbit has Lockbit ransomware.
I find it in FBI reports and in hacker forums. It's both the name of the ransomware group with the fastest encryption speeds in the world and the name of the leader and developer at the top of this formidable organization.
We hacked your company yesterday, and now we have around 80 gigabytes of your company data.
The rumors about him swirled, but there's no doubt that Lockbit's attacks are creating chaos around the globe, which is why I really want to find him.
His name is Lockbit. Have you heard of them?
Oh yeah, Lockbit's one of the most dangerous and effective groups that exist today.
Reaching out to anyone in the underworld is always tricky, but the search for Lockbit makes me especially nervous. He's engaged in attacks right now, complete with countdown clocks, tracking when he'll release sensitive data if a ransom isn't paid. Back in the States, I connect with several security experts for guidance.
If you get in contact, what they're probably going to do is they're going to want to talk to you on like one of these secured messaging clients. So there's one that uses what's called the Tor network, which is an anonymized. It's where the dark web is, right?
The dark web, yep. You know, I'm a little bit on edge dealing with a person that I know can find out everything he wants about me in a second. So that makes me nervous.
That's a good thing, because being nervous means you're going to be paranoid, and being paranoid is what's going to keep you safe when you're dealing with this sort of element.
Yeah, they're the people that everybody else is running away from and we're chasing.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're probably going to do some level of reconnaissance against you, just to make sure that you're not the FBI or the NSA or something. The thing that I would definitely caution you is they know that they're cyber criminals, but do treat them with respect.
So if I was to try and get in touch with, the people at the top, what do you think I should do? How do I start?
One of my guys has some friends. He knows a middleman that can talk to these folks on your behalf and set it up. And basically, he will probably broker the conversation.
That's great.
The person I begin texting with is called Black Rabbit. He, or she, tells me these forums are heavily encrypted and guarded against outsiders. But Black Rabbit agrees to vouch for me if I can prove I am who I say I am.
How do I know you're really from Nat Geo? Can you send me a picture proof of selfie? Ha. Okay.
Is this a good idea? I'm basically dangling myself as bait in front of the top ransomware hackers in the world.
Okay. I will help you. Wow.
Black Rabbit explains that the ransomware scene is full of big egos, big money, and big rivalries. Normally, none of the top players would talk, but he thinks we're reaching out to Lockbit at the right time. His operation has become the most profitable in the world, and he may be eager to promote his brand. Black Rabbit connects us on a dark web forum. I wait a day, then another. Finally, someone that I'm told is Lockbit joins the chat. Rumors are that Lockbit is a young 20-something from Russia. But this isn't him. He would only communicate via encrypted text. He asked that we use a masked avatar to relay the answers to my questions.
Would you ever meet us in person?
The FBI wants to eliminate me. I'm ready to meet you in person when I lose my mind. It takes just one person to destroy the biggest hacker group. There are too many people tied to me. Without me, my business would die instantly.
How do you feel about the FBI targeting you guys?
Oh, I really love the FBI. It is because of them that I'm constantly learning about anonymity and improving anonymity schemes.
change locations and internet sources, countries I live in. Someday I will be found.
How did you get into the ransomware world, and why?
Big money. I'm just a young hacker who decided to make a lot of money easily.
What does a typical day look like for you?
Riding on a yacht, Lamborghini, dozens of luxury models, drugs, everything like regular millionaires.
You guys have gained a reputation as one of the most sophisticated groups in the ransomware world. How did you get there?
The software has the best technical specifications on the planet. We have maximum encryption speed, ability to automatically self-distribute, a list of processes to kill, trace, clearing, safe mode, file name encryption, as well as a set of encryption software.
Do you ever feel bad for your victims?
Why feel sorry for the victims? We are not doing them any harm. We just provide paid training to system administrators. Is it our fault that the companies don't want to spend money to protect their networks? You can always negotiate with us simply by paying a modest amount of money, which is printed in unlimited quantities.
Lockbit claims he has his own moral standards about targets, but he also runs a business. And his malware is a product that his affiliates have used to attack government systems, educational institutions, and even hospitals around the world.
So you might say that you don't put people's lives at risk, but aren't you ultimately responsible for what happens with the malware that you create?
I'm just a weapons manufacturer. America has the best gun makers in the world. All these weapons are sold all over the world. These weapons regularly kill people. But do the gun makers care? The gun makers only care about the profits from selling the weapons.
Despite my attempts to get more details about his next targets, he won't bite. But he does send me one more message. It's a link to a project he's calling Lockbit Black. I'm too scared to open it, so I send it to John, one of the security consultants I'd been talking to.
So John, can you tell me, what's this link that Lockbit sent me?
It's what they're calling Lockbit Black, and it's their newest interface that they've built for their new ransomware. It's actually really scary. They've taken a lot of the technical capability that used to be required to conduct a ransomware attack out of it.
Back in Romania, I'd sat shotgun as John Smith hacked his way into a major utility company. With Lockbit's new malware, he's removed that step. Now, all someone has to do is type the name of a company website, and the malware goes in search of access.
It's now like a game. I could take 5 minutes, I could teach you to use it and conduct attacks. It's really going to change the game of ransomware, and it's really scary.
Do you think that this has a potential of sort of launching a whole new generation of ransomware attackers?
Absolutely. I didn't expect the ease of use that this has to have been built into it. I expected it to be more efficient, but I didn't expect it to be so much easier for someone to do. What's going to happen is it's going to allow many more people to take part in these attacks. Higher volumes of attacks means a lot more victims. That also means the bad guy gets a lot more money.
Make no mistake about it. The arc of the criminal universe bends towards easy money. And we should all be very, very afraid if ransomware has gotten easy enough for someone like me to use.